Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Collectable Past with the most hated guinea pig on YouTube and the fulfillment king himself, the pirate pig, Vinnie Art. What's going on, everybody?
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
It's another wonderful day. As you know, the Guinea Pig Collective is we're kicking ass and we're taking names along the way. And just a reminder for all the haters out there that hate me because of whatever, this is what you wind up getting.
All day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Just remember that. So, what's going on? We'll see who the lovely people that are in the chat already. I know Miriam had popped in earlier and saying the best piggies in the world. Thank you for supporting the probe wannabe tonight. You are the best. Have a blast on the show. Thank you, Miriam. Even if you may be already sleeping. Where's that goulash at? Cabbage ass.
She's probably
24.
She's probably still awake. You know her. She's just like me, working all the time.
What's going on, Bone? Good to see you, Bone. Thank you for being here. Lasso of Truth, always in the house. Thank you, Lasso, for coming through. I really do appreciate you. Shadow Hawk Talks is in the house. What is going on, buddy? And we also got the Fisker in the house. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Chris, I'll be on the treadmill and watching on the TV, so I may not be very responsive in the chat. Doesn't matter. We know that you are fisting the chat all the same, whether you are physically doing it or not. What is going on, Tina Bojan? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Bone's already dropping links. Thank you, Bone. Always appreciate when you're doing that, man. My mods are the best around. What's going on to the CJH? What's up, buddy? How you doing? Guys, another week has passed with another week of bullshit. As always, I wasn't able to do Monday stream because of the damn power outages, and the people were wondering why. Florida weather. This is what happens during the rainy season, especially with LCEC. You know, they have been really touchy lately, and you just never know if you get a nice soft rain with a gentle breeze, the power just might go out at this point.
Yeah. Well, that and now the heat, right? Because that's what they said. Get ready for power outages, everyone.
Use a royal fisking. Well, you know what? That's a funny one because I remember when I used to have Comcast years ago. Mm-hmm. One of the things they used to say is, "Oh, well, I'd call them up and say, yeah, the cable's out. I'm paying for service, but I'm not getting it. Oh, sunspots. What? Sunspots, sir. So wait a minute. You were telling me before when it was raining, it was going out because of the rain or because of the high winds or because of snow, and now it's sunspots. Is there any point in time that your cable will work without some kind of interference?"
Jeez, I got your sunspots right here.
Yeah, I got sunspots for you. They're going to be right up your ass. What's going on, Steven Ransom? Good to see you. Brutal Morningwood also in the house. Speaking of, it took me a minute to tweet the stream out. No problem, buddy. Thank you. Guys, thank you for coming. Remember to share the stream out there. Remember to destroy that like button. Let YouTube know that they can't suppress guinea pigs. It's illegal.
That's it.
At least
smash it. Always smash. Remember, when in doubt, smash.
Cable's out because baby Jesus farted. What's up, Cleanser? Comcast, why are you canceling Sir Tommy Sunspots? You're damn right. You're damn right. Screw them. I had so much fun canceling them, too. Yeah. I canceled Comcast not once, but twice.
Beautiful.
Well, when we moved down to Florida, instead of getting what my wife, well, I told her to get, I told her at the time it was DirecTV before they went freaking south. But I said, go with DirecTV and go with whatever kind of local internet service you can get. Don't go with Comcast. And she went with Comcast. And she said, oh, well, they promised us this channel. Because at the time I was watching Sons of Anarchy. So I said, whatever you get, I want FX. Because I want to keep watching the show.
Yeah.
And then she goes with Comcast. Because, oh, well, they're going to give us a router. And they're going to give us this. And they said they have all these channels. I go, oh, Jesus. I could just imagine it's going to be bad. So the guy came out, installed it. First thing I did is go to look for FX. It's not there. Oh, great. So I go to look for another channel I used to like to check out was History Channel. History Channel's not there. And I said, okay, all right, we're already 0 for 2. Yep. And whatever the third channel was, they didn't have that. I said, yep, that's it. This has got to go. And then I looked at the wife and I said, where's the router? And she says, oh, he said we're not getting it. It was going to be extra. I said, yeah, I think you better call him up and tell him to get this shit. Well, I don't want to deal with it. I called him up. I said, look, I don't know what you people did, but you need to come here and get this shit the fuck out of here right now. Sir, what's the problem? The problem is you and your fucking shitty service. That's the fucking problem. I want this shit out of my house. I got 30 days to change my mind. Remember, I read the fucking contract. Get this shit the fuck out. Oh, and by the way, after you get this shit out, don't ever fucking send me anything about your fucking service ever again. Remove my fucking goddamn address from your mailing list.
Tommy, you got to record the next time you talk to people like that, because I think everyone would love it, and your channel would probably blow up even bigger. Just Tommy going off on companies.
No, all good, CJH, all good. Like I actually, you know how I am about Disney, and I know certain people get a little bit agitated the way I act. Most people understand that I'm just being me. I'm just a pain in the ass about things. I bust balls, and that's what I do. So, I mean, no worries.
Yeah, but you're genuine, and you slap him in the face with the truth, and a lot of people don't like the truth. So that's where that comes from. I know, I'm the same way. People don't like hearing that all the time. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of scum out there, and sometimes we got to put a spotlight and let people know. Like the cockroaches, when you turn on the light, they all scurry. Same deal.
Yeah, Bone. Definitely. That was one of them, especially down here in Florida. He used to go out all the time. The fire emojis, thank you. Should have been called Comcast or Concast because it was a con. It absolutely was. We need to make animated shorts of this. Tommy the guinea pig cancels Comcast.
Right?
Did it get hot in here? Yeah, that was a sunspot, Lasso. Comcast gonna have a fan load of guineas on their lawn. That's right, and jelly beans as far as the eye can see. But that's enough of bashing those guys. Anybody who subscribes to Comcast at this point, all I can say to you is this:
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
You get what you pay for.
Also true.
Confessions of a guinea pig. But guy, we're here to talk about some good toys. I want to start off with an older one. I know normally we go right into the newer stuff that's out there right now, and things that we're seeing that we really like what they're doing. But
Tommy, before we jump into the toys, I just want to say one more time a big thank you to everybody who reported that fraudulent account. Again, I guess my book is so good that they were trying to copy it twice. So, between the help of everyone reporting the fraudulent campaign and me contacting the Federal Trade Commission, we shut them down immediately. So thank you, everyone.
I know that was so awesome. I mean, I had just gotten home from the MRI, which took half my day away. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I got home, I seen that. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I went to go on that freaking Kickstarter page to report it. And it was already down. So I screenshotted it and it said, I was like, good news. It's already down.
Right? Dude, that was fantastic. Again, the community's still super awesome. But yeah, see, what happens is when you're releasing quality books and they come out on time, that makes certain people very jealous. So they send their simp army at you and they try to hurt you in whatever ways that they could. But they're a bunch of losers, so we slapped them down. We whipped it out and we beat them in the face with it. Right, Tommy?
Absolutely. That's the only way to do it. You got to hit them with the donkey dick. Right across the face. Wow. Take that, suckers. The GWO, the Guinea World Order for Life. What's going on, Sentinel? I'm glad that's working out for you, Boone. But I mean, I have had nothing but bad experiences with Comcast, and I know a few other people have said that they have Comcast and it's pretty good for them. But I just don't trust them. They lie so much. But then again, most of these companies do. So
Yeah. But again, it depends where you live as well. I mean, again, we're in a tropical area, so we're going to have more problems than most people.
what you would expect it around, when the storms are actually hitting, but not when they're not hitting. A nice, bright, sunny day, hey,
Yeah.
everything should be working good. No, that shit's down, son. That shit is down.
That's also true. Yeah, well, they're just shit then. But, all right, let's get into toys, man.
All right, man.
You're going to start
I wanted to bring an older toy because usually we're always focusing on just the retro stuff. I wanted to bring something slightly older. Both of these are right in the 90s, and I just think it would be nice to show them off every once in a while. We are called Collectable Past, so I think it'd be good every once in a while to show some of the older stuff that was being done right, as opposed to some of the stuff that they're doing right now that are knocking out of the park as well. So I have a small clip. It's a short clip, but it's showing off a couple of these older toys. So here we go.
Hello, Cringer. Hello, friend. Uh-oh. Through the tunnel he goes. And what's going on, Jumper? How's the Jumper today? Are you getting ready to run into the tunnel too? Oh, yeah. Getting ready to show off another toy. So, by way of Kenner in 1993, we have this Jurassic Park Coleophysis, the Sprinters, with constrictor bodies. Of course, this one is sealed in the package. This is among one of the many things that I found sitting over at the house. As you can see, this thing is in damn good shape from something being from 1993. And I just figured this would be an interesting one to show off. I don't think we show enough of some of the older stuff off here on Collectable Past, but I will try to remedy that on occasion. It is called Collectable Past, so why not show off a few of these older things? Anyway, guys, you remember this one? Yeah, man, I bet you do. Go ahead, remember to smash that like button for us. Have fun. And we also have this older 1995, back then still called Todd Toys, McFarlane Spawn Malbolgia. This one is a pretty large figure, pretty damn big. I forget how big they say it is. I want to say it's like close to 15 inches tall or something like that, I think they said, when it stands all the way up. I don't see what series this is from. I mean, everything that is on here almost makes it look like it's series 1, but I'm not sure. I'm sure Vinnie's going to be able to answer that for us. But here's another old school one. Not super old school, but pretty interesting piece, man. Doubt I'll ever hold it. Yeah, there it is, 15 inches tall.
Yeah, that was series 2.
That was series 2? Okay.
Yeah, that was series 2 from Malbolgia. But I was going to say is, yeah, dude, that Jurassic Park, holy crap. That was in fantastic condition.
I was shocked when I found that in one of the boxes over my father's house, and it was just sitting in a big box, big cardboard box with a bunch of other damn figures, and they were mostly Star Trek, The Next Generation. And I seen this sitting there, and I was like, really? A Jurassic Park figure? I didn't realize he even liked Jurassic Park. I was like, okay, whatever. Pack that thing up, protect it, put all kinds of bubble wrap on it, so it made sure it got to my house in the same condition I found it in. But yeah, I was shocked that like that blister is completely sealed all the way around. The glue hasn't come up. So,
dude, yeah, those look beautiful, man. Hell yeah, that's one hell of a score. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the old stuff. And that Malbolgia one, I would have never got that myself, just for the collection. But it wound up coming with the Max that I got with the 4 Izzes. So
yeah, I remember you.
A lot.
I remember that you opened those up. Yeah, I never got that figure either myself. My cousin had a bigger Spawn collection back when they came out, and yeah, I remember he had that up on the wall. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, a few years later, I ended up working there. So, yeah, when the figure started getting better.
Hey, I see we got a few more people that popped into the chat real quick. Let's say hi to them. We got Gap Stargate in the house. What's up, Gap? How you doing, buddy? Soul Assassin also in the house. What's up, Soul Assassin? And we also got Poe in the house. Man, I haven't seen you in a hot minute, Poe. Hope you were doing well, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Soul Assassin says, I've been thinking of getting a Spawn figure from the movie. They're pretty cheap now. Some of them are. Some of them are. It depends on what series I think you're getting from.
Yeah, it depends on the series. It depends on a few things. But yeah, usually if they're like really sculpted well, or they're female figures that were, from pretty hot lines, yeah, you're talking like in the hundreds. But if it's just, something like the movie ones, like they didn't sell well. I believe that they're smaller too. I don't think they weren't your standard kind of 6 to 7 inch. I think they were smaller than that.
Now, I remember the early ones. Like, I'm sure this Malbolgia is the same way. It's not very articulated.
Yeah. I know for a while, like they changed their prices. Some of them were really expensive, others not so much. But yeah, it all ranges with like that older stuff. But typically now it's like if it's a really good looking figure or a very popular character, that's usually when the price will be, skyrocketing.
Soul Assassin, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Have you ever heard or you ever hear of the YouTube channel called Jurassic Park Compound? He repaints modern Jurassic Park toys to look like the old Kenner ones. No, I have not. And here's the funny thing. I am not a huge Jurassic Park fan.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first movie, but the other ones not so much.
I tell you what, they did have that set, the Transformer set crossover with Jurassic Park, and I was really seriously consider getting that.
Me too. Twice I almost pulled the trigger, and both times I decided nah.
CJH asks, what do you think of the multiverse series from DC and McFarlane?
Some of them are great, some of them are shit. I've reviewed a number of them on my channel as well, but yeah, I don't know. I've been cutting back in a big way with that stuff. It has to look great. If it doesn't look great, or I can kind of see what's going to be wrong with it, I'm stepping away from it. There's one I am looking forward to. If I see it in stores, I'll probably end up getting it. Man Bat. And okay. I know he's got limitations, but the sculpt I think is fantastic. I love just the way that they did him. The face, the fur, everything on him. But they definitely fucked up in a big way on his arms with the wings. But again, like I know what I'm expecting with that figure. I'd still rather just like have it as like a cool looking statue type of deal.
I know. It's one of those things, and we've talked about this repeatedly with McFarlane, especially. Sometimes they knock it out of the park, or they come so close to getting it perfect that you're left scratching your head like, why didn't you just do this a little bit at that point? And one of the ones that we both agreed on was that Swamp Thing figure. Yeah. Like, that was so close to perfection that they really missed it just by a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But again, if you're a very talented painter out there, like I know people have fixed that and holy shit, yeah. Because it's all there. Articulation is pretty good for a figure like that, the type of character he is. Like, you're not expecting him to be in crazy poses, but you want that kind of more stoic look about him. Every bit of detail is sculpted in there. They just need a better paint application.
The swamp diaper.
Yeah. I'm notoriously call that whole crotch joints that they do with the majority of their figures. I call them the diapers. That's what they look like.
No one wants the diaper. Not even Robert Loggia.
Billy, I just put your mother out. I banged her so hard she needs a diaper.
Now, one of the latest figures I did pick up, and it was one of the main ones that I wanted to talk about tonight, is actually the City Hunter. So I had a chance to sit down and open this one up and check it out, and I got to say, for the most part, I was pretty impressed. I mean, there was a few problems here and there, like almost, I would say probably at this point, probably 90% of the NECA toys.
Okay.
But I think they got enough of it right that it actually looks pretty good. So, yeah, ready to check out to see what I did with this one.
Oh hell yeah, man! I got a
All right,
couple
man.
too for this stream. I think I have about 3 pieces I can show.
All right, cool. So, well I'll run through this and then we'll run into yours. Run right into them like Billy's mom.
Grace.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We are here with our good buddy Rorschach. Rorschach, what's up, buddy? And of course, we're going to show off another toy. This one is fantasy related, so Rorschach gets picked for this one. And we've got the Predator 2 City Hunter figure from NECA. This one looks really good. It's got a lot of extra parts with it. We are going to go ahead and take a look at this bad boy. So before I even take this one out, just getting him out of the package, you see has a plethora of parts here. It comes with a skull, trophy, looks like a closed spear, a blast effect, looks like a couple, 3 different versions of hands. Looks like some gauntlet pieces, I'm assuming that's what these are. Comes with his disc. Comes with his big javelin spear. Comes with his, I'm not sure what that is because I can't get it out right now, but there it goes. I'm assuming that's another cannon piece or something, or something attached to his gauntlet. I'm gonna have to look that up. I am not 100% sure what that is. And of course it comes with the secondary skull, which looks amazingly detailed. So I gotta cut all these ties and get him out of here. Unfortunately, Rorschach is probably going to bow out of this one because it's going to take way too long for him. And as you can see, the piggies get excited, and unfortunately, he is not here for the long haul. So Rorschach is going to bow out for the rest of this one. Say goodbye to the good people, Rorschach. Tell them, enjoy the video, and be sure to nibble away the like button. Go ahead, tell them, pal. So out of the box and in a pose, this guy looks pretty damn cool. Now I will say there are a few things about some of these joints that are extremely stiff and they just don't want to move very well. And a few other joints where they look like they're joints and they don't even move. But a lot of these different weapons, like his little throwing disc and the closed spear, actually have ports that actually sit it on there. There's a few extra parts. These are like extra attachments for like the back of his gauntlet. And I think there's one down there for his leg, or possibly even this is supposed to sit down on his leg. I'm not sure. Maybe that's where this port's in. Ports down there.
I just want to see the movies again. Yeah, no, I like what they've done with the more articulated Predator figures. And yeah, a rule of thumb with NECA: get a hair dryer handy for those joints. Once you warm them up, you're pretty good to go.
You know what? And it's one of those things. I don't mind tight joints on some of them because that way they'll keep a pose. But some are so tight, like you can hear them creaking, and you're always worried you're going to snap them.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's happened a couple of times. It usually was earlier on. I think they've been doing a lot better more recently with their standard Ultimate lines. I never pick up the ones that have like the cloth, like the soft goods on them. They're usually about the 8.5 inch range. Although there's only one figure I'm looking for if I do find it at that scale, and that would be Elvira, because I think they did a really great job with it. Like the head sculpt is fantastic. Everything she comes with, like I seen a review or two, and that does look really good. But I have not seen it in stores. Predator stuff.
I did see an Elvira, and I looked at it, and it didn't look bad, but I refused to buy it just because of her shit takes. And I was like, I'm not buying that figure. I walked away.
She got super political.
Yeah. This was some months ago. I forget what it was over, but it was like a really bad take. And I was like, her too? Like, really? Can we not have any of these people just stay out of it?
Well, they're brain dead is what they are. But yeah, no, I agree though too. How come they're making better figures than movies? You're right. CJH said, yeah, 100%, brother. I don't understand why they can't get it right in the films anymore either. But yeah, no, those figures are absolutely amazing. There's one that NECA did. I came close to picking up a couple times, and I don't know. I couldn't because I think the price is just way too much on these now. They had like some kind of 100th, I think, version of Predator. He looked like albino, but like the armor and all the shit he came with was amazing. And the paint job on the figure looked incredible as well. Some kind of like
I tell you what, I had picked up a couple, and I have actually a thing now where I say a certain amount. If I go out to the store and I buy a certain amount of toys or figures or whatever, I'm only going to spend this much. Once I go over a certain dollar, I won't buy anymore, regardless how cool they look. It's either I got to take one of the other ones I have in my hand and put it back to grab that one, or I just don't get it. So I did see another Predator sitting there, and it was supposed to be, I think it was the lead Predator, at the end of the movie.
Okay.
The older one that, threw the gun to Glover's character.
Danny Glover, yeah. I don't remember the character's name either. But yeah. That one looked cool. I like the design on that.
Yeah, I'd seen that one. I really thought, but I had already picked up. There was a Halloween, like Michael Myers part. It was a Halloween part 2. Michael Myers came with 3 different heads, and the thing looks phenomenal. And then I saw one that I never thought I would see from NECA, and it was the Puppet Masters.
Yeah, I heard that they made those as well.
Yeah, it comes in a 2-pack, but the way the box looks, it almost looks like it's an old steamer trunk.
Okay.
And you open it up because that's like there was one part in the movie where like the puppets were in like a steamer trunk or something. So I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool that they did that. So
nice.
Unfortunately, you only get 2 of them, so I guess you got to wait for them to release the other 2 figures. But they do show 4 of them. Okay. So I got Pinhead and Driller, and I'm assuming the other 2-pack would be Blade and Torch.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with that franchise and that film. But I know what they are, and I have seen, not in stores, but I've seen it online, those figures, and they're pretty accurate with what they have. I with you though, like I had a certain budget as well. I did find the Michael Myers and Loomis, the 2-pack that's supposed to be like your standards, about 7-inch scale, whatever.
Yeah, that's the one Lasso's talking about.
Yeah. She had that. I think. Yeah, I believe I saw it on Twitter from her. I was gonna get that figure. I go to scan the fucking price. It's like $70-something for a 2-pack. I went no. On principle alone, no.
I can understand if they said it if it was like $60-some dollars, because the figures are roughly about $30 to 32, 33 a piece. I could understand if they say 60-something, but when they start saying 70 for a 2-pack, and unless you're including the kitchen sink with those figures as extras, there's no way I'm paying that kind of money for them.
No, because I'm like, oh shit, it was the only one in the store. I'm like, oh, dude, all right. I said, but let me double check because I know NECA's prices have been kind of retarded lately. I go to scan that thing, and it was over $70. I'm like, no, on principle alone, can't do it. And like I said, I'm kind of on a budget myself, but and I do understand because I really, really wanted that fucking thing, but not at that price. And yeah, I could understand 100%. Halloween, it's one of my favorite kind of horror franchises as well. And I do want a Loomis, but I can't do it. I couldn't do it. That oh man, if I did, I know I'd be beating myself up.
Well, see, my favorite has always been Friday the 13th in the horror franchise, and there was a few of those Jason ones I wanted to get, but it was money wise. I just couldn't afford to get them because I know that they had one from Friday the 13th Part 2 where he was wearing that potato sack on his head.
Yeah.
And I'd seen that figure years ago, and I haven't seen it again since. I did pick up the other ones. I think I've got part 4, and I have part 3 now.
Nice.
Actually, no, I got one other one. I got
Which one?
oh god, what was that? The one with the chick with the mind powers. Why am I blank on the name of that one?
Oh, like that Firestarter one.
Yeah. Damn, I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it.
I
That was like, it was like part 7, or it was part 7.
I think it was 7. Yeah. Because like my favorite, one of my favorite looks is I think it was it 6? Jason Lives, or the one they brought him back to life.
Jason Lives was part 6, yeah, because it was really weird. Like part 4 was the final Friday, and that's the one where Tommy Jarvis hits him in the head with the axe, and he's supposedly dead. 5 was actually the one where they have the fake Jason, who was actually a counselor, just like torturing the kids or whatever.
Yeah, but
and
at the end of it,
I think the older Tommy Jarvis gets him too.
But at the end of it, wasn't the real Jason there as well?
No. That's why you didn't see him until part 6, when Tommy goes back to the graveyard.
Okay.
And he puts that big giant spike from the freaking fence through his chest, and the lightning hits it and brings it back.
That was fucking awesome. Yeah, I think I've seen that one probably the most times out of all the Jason movies. And Jason versus Freddy. I still enjoyed it. I know there was some kind of goofy shit in there, but there was a lot that I really enjoyed seeing them fighting.
I think even though some of it was a little weird, like him worried about drowning at this point, he's a freaking corpse, and he spends most of his time in the water at this point. He doesn't care about drowning. But I mean, I get it. Like he's going into the nightmares of the child that was inside him. So I kind of get it, and it kind of works to a degree.
Yep.
I didn't agree with it completely, but I think they would have been better off going with an angle of, he feared losing his mother or something. I think that would have made even more sense. But
yeah, I agree with you. But again, for what they had, it still worked, and I was the same way too. I'm like, yeah, I get it, because he is messing with it's a psychological aspect from the kid thing, because that's what it was, right? Because in the movie too, wasn't there like the smaller version of him? Like you could see that Freddy was fucking with basically the child version of him.
Right, yeah, where he's putting the ball through his head.
Yeah, dude, how fucking awesome was Robert Englund in that movie though? Even like that demon one when he jumps out of the lake, and they really like made his head look more like a fucking demon. Like that was so good. And the end too, when he winks into the camera.
Well, here's another quick one, because Lasso was saying I need to get a Freddy Krueger, Jason versus Freddy, and since you're mentioning Jason versus Freddy, they do have another Jason now. I didn't pick it up, but it is the Jason versus Freddy version of Jason.
Yeah. Oh, I have that.
So I seen Freddy Krueger. He comes with the 2 dog-looking things with the faces. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
I have both of those figures. Yeah, they came out a while ago.
They're still out. Like, it was the first time I seen them in my store that I go to, the one Target.
Oh, nice.
And I know. I never seen them there before.
Yeah, that's the one thing with NECA. Because it's the same deal too. Like, figures could be out for a while, we won't see them anywhere, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they start, putting them out on store shelves. That's happened a few times. But yeah, I think I have maybe 3 or 4 different Jason figures. Yeah, Lasso.
I was going to say, here's the suggestion. If you want to show one, awesome, go ahead. But I was going to say maybe we should save the bulk of them for like right around Halloween.
I think so too. Like we're getting towards those months, so that could definitely work. But yeah, I could take those out and showcase those.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I do have a few more clips for that Predator too.
Oh yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Okay. I think I got two, 3 almost 3-minute clips and then a short clip, but I got into the posability on this guy and some of the things I think they made a mistake on, and it wasn't much, believe it or not. I was actually shocked considering some of the problems I've had with some of these other NECA figures where they really just like it fell flat. This one actually, I think, hit but the few negatives still drove me batty. But, all right, here we go.
So that does actually port there, and that is supposed to be his net launcher. And you see some of the other parts are actually on here with string. Take off that cannon, take off the net launcher. We'll even try to pop that spear. It's like a rubber piece that you just kind of squeeze in there. It's not easy to get in there. Once you get in there, it does stay in there. I mean, he's got decent range of motion. Like, he's got these ball and swivel. They're almost like a butterfly swivel at the leg, and the legs are supposed to turn as well. This one doesn't turn very well. This one does. The whole leg itself ratchets it around so you can get it in a better position. The other side just doesn't seem to move for whatever reason. He's got a double jointed knee down here, which, like everything else in this figure, is extremely tight. Like, it almost doesn't want to move. He's got a turn down here at the foot and a swivel because it's on a bit of a ball. The shoulders are another one. They move well enough up and down, but coming out, they're extremely stiff, and this armor kind of gets in the way a little bit because they've got it pinned in down here, and it just gets in the way. This is just a dumb design. This should have been pinned at the top of the body right here so it didn't get in the way when you move the arm up. But he's got a bit of a bicep turn. Once again, it makes the armor look retarded. He's got a double jointed elbow in here. Once again, this stuff is extremely tight. Like, I think they overdid this. It's so tight it doesn't want to move. I think I'm going to break it. Got a bit of a turn. A little bit of a ball there so it gets movement. These hands are replaceable. He's actually got the opening piece right there, so he could technically reach over and he could set his timer device. I wish these claws were retractable. I actually got a little bit of a point to them, which I'm kind of surprised, but I wish these were retractable and went up in there. I think that would make this figure so much better. This cannon right here on his shoulder does move a little bit. Doesn't move very much, but it does move a little. So there is that. It does have a blast effect as well. It's supposed to just port right on here. So you get that nice little blast effect coming out of the cannon.
I couldn't help myself with the movie clips. I had to add some.
Right? Dude. Yeah, those movies are so fucking good.
But once again, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about, because this is one of the things that you had mentioned that you'd seen on a few figures as well, is the fact that when they port that shoulder armor in, they put it down on the freaking bicep instead of putting on the top of the shoulder where it needs to be.
Yeah, that drives me bananas. I don't know why these companies do that shit, but I know that one was that figure particularly, he's a little bit older. So that could be the reason for why they have a few shortcomings like that. Yeah, it's weird. It's interesting, the design choices, but the evolution of these figures are pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy.
Now, as far as that sliding joint that they had in the thigh, so it's on the ball, so it turns up and turns back, and then it has like that the hinge joint where it can go out sideways, but then it's got this like sliding ratcheting part for the whole leg to turn.
Yeah, I've never really seen that before. To be honest, I don't know what the hell kind of design that was. I wish I knew what year that figure actually came out. I might have a little more info for you on that, but yeah, because I know they re-released a lot of those Predator figures, but then they did a whole bunch of repaints, and they have like one kind of specific body mold, I think, that they keep using and just changing parts on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know they're kind of notorious for that too. But all in all, though, I think they do a pretty damn great job with them. They always sell out.
I've got the next part. I think I can't remember if it's in this next part that I have for it or if it's in the very last one. I talk about my favorite aspect of this figure, and it's what sold me on this figure being like definitely a thumbs up.
Okay.
But
Looking forward to
what's
that.
going on, Channel 66, and what's going on to Tony of the Clown World Reviews? Guys,
What's
remember,
up?
he is new to the internet, and if you are not subscribed to the Clown World Reviews, what are you doing?
Right?
Every Tuesday's Monday Night Retrospective talking about old school wrestling, and Tony does some hilarious short videos as well. Guys, be sure to check out the Clown World Review. I'm pretty sure that he is listed down in the description below, and if he's not, I'm sure somebody will drop his link. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And what's going on? Tim's Talk. Good to see you, Tim.
He's not my boy. What's up, Tim?
I'll tell you what, Tim, I don't care what they say. When you're wearing your little Kylo Ren helmet, you look like one sexy robot. Ooh.
Hans Cox still likes you, though, pal. He's a good guy. Go subscribe to his channel. There you go.
Thank you, Lasso. Lasso is on top of it, sharing everybody's links. Frankie, too. Frankie put a good one, and dedicated to the pigs, too. I really did appreciate that, Frankie. Thank you.
It's awesome.
But I'm going to get into the next one. And goddamn, some of the things that they did on this figure just blew me out of the water. And some of the other stuff, it just killed me. But here we go.
The head. The head barely moves at all. A little bit side to side like that. Tiny bit up and down. It doesn't really move at all. I don't know if that's because of all his dreads or what it is, but even that gets in the way of this big side pack because you can't really move it very well. And the string that's on this little bodysuit piece, I swear I feel like this string is going to snap and break off. But the other thing that drives me nuts is he's got this little bit of a turn here, so he's kind of almost in this arch position the entire time. And they make it look like there's a segmented body piece here that just turns ever so slightly, but there is no, now once you move it, doesn't want to move back. There it goes. But you would think that there would be a little in and out or something. Nothing. That is actually kind of disappointing. But we're going to swap out the other head, a couple of the other hands, get some other weapons in his hands and see what he looks like then. So with some of his extra weapons like his spear and his throwing disc in his hand, he looks pretty cool. I wish they had paid a little bit more attention to detail as far as his hands going into here, because they barely make it into the end of this throwing disc, so it just kind of barely sits there. But once again, it still looks really good. They did pay an amazing amount of detail to the figure itself, especially with all the dreads, the way the spear looks. Like everything that they did on this looks absolutely amazing. And especially this head mold is absolutely incredible. Let me get the spear out of here so I can get a closer look at him. That is amazing work. Like that looks incredible. All the little mandibles and everything, they did an amazing looking job sculpting this one. I am completely impressed with that face right there. Even more so than the helmeted version, which the helmeted version doesn't look bad. But that kills it right there for me. So while trying to swap hands out, unfortunately, this hand, the stupid flat one, which stupidest looking hand that they have in the bunch. Yeah, it came right off the ball. QC issues. And one more piece in here. We got him with the human skull, hanging it up high, enjoying his victory after the hunt. Another thing I learned when I was swapping out the head is this cannon piece, if you move the hair completely out of the way, will slide all the way back, or you could push it all the way up front. So he looks like he's ready to use it. That's a pretty cool touch.
Yeah, so I mean, I was a little bit irritated with that at first because I couldn't seem to get that cannon to move. But yeah, when I swapped the head out, I seen that it's got that big slide piece for that shoulder cannon, and
Yeah.
it gets kind of hidden if you don't realize it. If you never swap the head out and just leave it, like you get a little like it, this thing don't move. You can't really pose it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, again, they have, this is crazy because they have some really good engineering and then they have some really shitty engineering at the same time. Um, yeah, it's weird, but I think the head sculpts are fantastic on those things. They really did pay a good amount of detail to all that. But yeah, like I said,
I tell you what, my close-ups on the video
mhm.
do not do it justice. It does not do it justice because when you're looking at this thing up close, like all the attention to detail that they paid in that face, like you could see the mandibles and everything that is on them, and you could see that they're painted well. Like all the detail is in there, especially on the top of the ridge of his head and everything. Like they
Yeah,
did so much detail in that version of the head. I was like, damn, if they would have did as much detailing in the helmeted version
mhm.
as that version, that the figure would be absolutely killer then. But
Yeah.
yeah, holy crap, the detail in that face, I just couldn't believe it. Like I thought I was looking at a movie shot. It was so well done.
Well, yeah, dude, and that's it for me too. It's usually a head sculpt will make or break a piece for me. There's a figure I'll show tonight where I don't have it anymore. I returned it. For the simple fact that I didn't like the head. That was the major downfall on the figure. All in all, everything else is great, and I wish I got the original release on it. But yeah, sometimes you have a win, sometimes you have a big lose. So what are you gonna do?
Now
But
this one definitely felt like a win. I got a very short last clip on here.
mhm.
It's only about a minute, and
Cool.
then we got to see what you got. I'm always excited to
Yeah.
see what you're bringing to the table. I just never know what you're going to be bringing to the table.
Yeah, it's always different shit all the time.
Hey, what? Hey, at least I didn't bring Transformers. Oh, I said it, Papa. Wherever you are, take a drink. And one last pose with our Predator, preparing to enter in his destruct sequence on his gauntlet. I think this one was done very well. I think there was a few things QC-wise that they really messed up on. Overall, though, I would definitely give this figure a thumbs up. And if you have a chance to pick it up and add it to your collection, I definitely would.
Oh, I like how you did that kind of triple rotation right there. That was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, you know me. I'm always trying to think of doing something different, something a little bit out of the box. So
Oh, hell yeah, man.
always
Uh,
playing
it's
with things.
it's always a good thing, man. Always always playing with things. Do it too much, you'll go blind and get hairy palms.
So
A
I left
doctor
that one
told
out
me.
there for you.
Yeah. Doctors now, right? But yeah, so there is a piece that I put up last week. I was looking forward to showing it on the stream for last week, but we didn't do one. You had some issues, you couldn't make it, and I was still finishing up some of the fulfillment, and I had my hands filled with a couple of other things. So yeah, it was too late in the day to
Oh,
start a stream.
what was her name?
Oh. That's for off air. Anyway, no one got COVID, so we're okay. We got Chun Li here. I did a custom build, and yeah, so I pretty much I saw the outfit on eBay a while ago, and right when I was gonna buy it, it sold out. I'm like, oh shit! I tried looking for it, couldn't find it, and then a couple months later. I guess a couple more people started putting it out there. So yeah, the costume is some kind of third party. And yeah, we hit play on this one. So yeah, the head's a separate piece. And I got a face and body on there. So this is everything that you need to build this. The head was separate, the shoes were separate, and then yeah, her outfit and the wristband things. Those all came together. And I got one of my Fison bodies. So yeah, and I just I put this thing together, and I gotta say, especially for a custom build as well, this thing was killer. I do have like the make and model number of the Feisen body if you guys want to use the same one, but it was more like a super heroic type, you know, a more muscular body, since we know Chun-Li is known for her big thighs, and that's the closest you're going to get to the, you know, a body that's going to be like that, because we know her proportions were a little bit different in the games. But I'm okay with the more realistic proportions anyway. Yeah, so here's the costume, and it's well made. Stretchy kind of material, some kind of spandexy type deal. And the top is very simple, and it's got like Velcro in the front. Yeah, so all in all, it was super easy to put this together. The shoes were all hollow, so you just slide the feet in there, and you tie them like a real shoe. They have the laces and everything in there. The head, there's no version out there that actually has the alpha version. Well, when it's supposed to go with that costume. So we have the one with the white buns, and that's fine. That's still fine for me. I think it worked with the shoes, since the shoes aren't entirely game accurate either. But because of the white and the white, I think it matches up just fine. And yeah, so seeing her all together, beautiful piece. I was really surprised that a company would tackle doing just, you know, the costume like that, and she was fairly simple to put together, like I said. Although I know this head is getting harder to find. I don't know if it came from somewhere else or someone just made it and put a limited version of them out there. Yeah, so I don't know, that has happened. I had the Willem Dafoe piece where that was not any kind of mass-produced thing. It was somebody made it and put a few of them out there on eBay. So yeah, and it's same quality, good plastic, and the paint job was pretty nice. Although there was a slight problem with the gloss that they put on the lips. It went down on the side of her face here. You could see it a little bit on certain shots when the light hits it. But other than that, like, you can't really see it unless you do have a light shining on it. But yeah, again, body's fantastic. The costume's great. You can put her in some awesome poses. And again, I think the sculpt work on the head is really nice. It's you know, beautiful job on that. And yeah, so you get a very seamless look with this, depending on you know, how far you move the wrist.
And those bodies, I think you had mentioned before that those bodies are pretty good. Like, they could stand up on their own. It's not like a lot of the other ones where you actually need those cradles to hold them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, yeah, it helps, especially if you have a specific pose you want to put them in. But all in all, you could put them in you know, regular balanced pose, and it'll hold. They have a good weight to them as well, since it's stainless steel inside, and the silicone is on top. And again, full range of motion. They have, you know, there's extra joints in there. There's probably maybe 2 type of ball joints in the shoulder, so you get the butterfly in there. You have great, again, articulation. It's super articulated. It could almost do exactly what a human body could do, and it could go even further in some cases. So yeah, the arch is just absolutely amazing. You could do dancer poses with these, whatever you need to do. But we got a Street Fighter, so it's fighting poses. And again, body goes all the way. Look at that. Tell me where you're going to find another figure, you know, bodies that could do that. You're not.
I thought you were going to say, tell me where you can find a girl that's going to do that. And I said, well, I've seen a few.
Yeah, I dated a dancer, and yeah, they are very flexible. But yeah, again, a beautiful job they did here. Yeah, 2 different points of articulation in that torso section. You get great range in there, twisting action. Again, yeah, these things are perfect. She could definitely do the Van Dams or the Chun-Li's, perfect splits. Yeah, absolutely awesome, dude. And again, because of the stretchy fabric, you know, there's no worry about ripping anything. Articulations on the upper thigh. You got extra movement by the knee as well, so you get that full range, and yeah, you can pivot it out.
Well, it's like all the other ones. The only thing you have to worry about is you leave them in a certain pose, it can damage the flexy skin.
Yeah, well, that and dust. I know a friend of mine, she's had one for a while, and yeah, the silicone did crack over time. But again, it could have been extreme poses along with the dust. They'll dry out. But yeah, so like the arms, again, those are the only major worries on this figure. I think putting her in a seated position or some kind of kneeling position, it'll be fine because of the actual fabric. It holds things in place a little bit more too. So, and even if it does crack, it's not gonna be that obvious because she has on, the spandex. But in
Well,
that case,
here's a question
okay.
for you.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you would know this one or not, but if you had this thing, let's say in whatever pose you had it in, you had it in like a sealed glass case or a plastic case where there was no air getting to it, would the silicone hold up then?
It's gonna hold up longer. I know that. I know there's a lot of people who have those cases, those special cases that they have them in, and the longevity of them will be a whole lot better. But in the same regard too, I mean, if things do dry out or fuck up or break, you could pretty much order another body, and they're not hard to find. So I don't know if they're going to discontinue any specific models. If that's the case, then you might have an issue. But so far, it looks like they just keep hitting it out of the park with these things.
So would
I
you
know.
say that this custom build thing is really starting to grow even more now?
Oh yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of collectors doing that. You can't find certain things that people are just kind of building their own. I know there are sellers out there on eBay that even make their own custom kind of clothes. So if there is a specific look that you're looking for, and companies haven't tackled a character, or they're too obscure of a character, there are people who are doing it. So and a lot of people are making pretty good businesses out of it too, surprisingly.
Well,
So
I
yeah.
know, like even during the when people were doing stuff for the G1 figures, there was a huge market that opened up just in the Transformers alone, where they were doing
Mhm.
alternate heads for the old G1s. They were doing additions to the old G1 bodies, like
Oh
for
yeah.
something like Ironhide and Ratchet that
Hmm.
didn't have very good robot bodies. They made like special heads that would go over top of that seat, so it looked like a
Yep.
more complete robot, and arms and all these other
Yeah.
things.
Well,
So I mean,
yeah, I
yeah,
seen that.
they had it back then. I mean, now to see that they're doing that with other figures, like these people stepping up and doing that, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
damn awesome.
Well, it's that too, and you also have the third party companies, or just people who are like, even for like the Siege line and all those, the gaps in the arms or in the legs for transformation, they're filling in those gaps. There's like little kits that you could make, and it fixes all that. But again, like, where are you going to be able to do this with any other um, you know figure or bodies like that? You can't. Look how natural the pose is. You know what I mean? And that's the shit that I really like about those Feisten bodies. So yeah, I prefer those. But there is a company that made a new kind of standard body, I guess it would be for these female figures, the 1/6 scale ones. Yeah, they do have joints. You can see the joints, but I think the bodies look incredible. I could show you an example in a minute. I think this one was done. Right? Yeah, it was the last one. Oh no, I had a couple more poses on this, but yeah, no. There's remember the Leon Kennedy I had from Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah.
Well, that was officially licensed, and they finally made a Claire, but they didn't do the Claire from like that regular look from the game. They did the classic costume, so she's got like the black bike shorts, and then the pink shorts on top, and the pink top. That biker look, or was it red? I think it was red. Anyway, but they had like the classic look from the original game, so that's the version they made, and the body they used is the newer model I was telling you about. So I'll show you that in a minute, but like, look how killer that is, dude! Unbelievable. And there is a company that did a third party with the original Chun-Li outfit. So yeah, man, Glinzer, if you're looking for it, I know there's one that's about to be released pretty soon. And they did both versions. They did the second player colors, and they did the regular one. So you could do it with the pink, or you could do it with the classic blue. So yeah, that's also available. Me personally, I really love the alpha look, and I do have, again, you guys see me do the review on Chun-Li, the smaller figure, the 6-inch one.
The figure arts.
Yeah, the figure arts one is beautiful. I love that in the collection. But for 1/6 scale, I like to change up my collection a little bit. So having the alpha outfit is, I think that's killer. I'm very happy with this one. Super happy indeed, because I didn't know how good this was going to be. I took a chance on it. Like, again, the alpha was around $20 or something. Again, it was pretty, easy to put this all together. But I love it. The look is really, really good. So, yeah. So we got to show off this killer piece. Oh, yeah, we got even some more cool poses after this one. Like, she does a little she makes a little bubble in the game, and she arches out the butt. Like, I was surprised. Like, holy shit, you really could put it in any pose from the game. So, hell yeah. That works. And look at that. No stand. She's holding her own, Perfect balance on that. So excellent stuff. And I think I took a shot at McFarlane in here too. Look, you could definitely get sexy poses happening. Don't be afraid to make awesome female figures.
It's better than a can of tuna.
That's right. And nobody became a serial killer because they had female figures. I got a lot of Spawn toys. We make a lot of Batman toys because Batman sells. But yeah, no. It's cool shit. And that's what I mean. The whole collecting aspect of it it's a lot of fun when you're able to do something like this too. Yeah, that's awesome. I jumped in at the perfect time.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, what's going on, Slasher? Good to see you, buddy, man.
Oh yeah.
Time Prophet in the house. What's up, Time Prophet? Is that Cora? No, it's Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li from the Alpha series of Street Fighter. What did they do? I think they did 3 games that were like the Alpha ones. But yeah, again, super cool, and it holds up great. I think this figure is just it's awesome.
No, it's definitely a killer figure. I mean, and it's really cool that you were able to put it together the way you wanted to, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You had options to be able to create the character that you actually wanted to see.
For sure, man, for sure. And again, it's the one thing with the fights and bodies, too. I wish they had more options for the hands. Like, these hands I got from a different figure. That's where you see a little bit of gloss shine to them during the review. But again, all in all, this thing is just, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. But like I said, too, like the hair buns, I know you get the purists out there. It's like, oh, no, she's in this outfit. She's only supposed to have the braided hair that's curled up and kind of in the shape of buns. For me, I don't care either way. The white buns work with the sneakers that she has on because it's the white and the yellow. So concept-wise, color-wise, it works. So I got no problem with that. But I will show you the other figure I was talking about. I saved some photos because apparently they dropped it today. I guess you get your pre-orders out there.
Is that the new figure body?
Yeah, hold on. Here it is. I got it. So we have Claire Redfield from the remake video game and her classic version, the classic outfit. And yeah, this is the new body that Damn Toys and maybe another company actually worked on it. But yeah, so they did the joints a little bit like NECA is doing their joints now, where they extend the thigh and the knee, and that's where they put the cut in. But again, the range of motion on these things are really, really beautiful, and pretty natural too. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it for the stream. They are making like the bodies by themselves, and you can just buy them separately, much like the Feisen ones. And they have, again, proper proportions, for a female figure. And that's what I love to see. Give us more shit it's gonna be more natural looking. And again, like if you put on proper pants on this thing too, if you want, depending, because a lot of people customize. If you put on other stuff, yeah, you can still get great natural movements out of these things. Granted, she's not going to have the range that a Feisen does, but you don't have to worry about the body degrading over time. So,
well, I was going to say, as far as like the arms and everything like that, and the elbows and stuff like that, you can see the cuts there, but that doesn't really bother me. I will say that the kneecaps bother me a little bit.
Yeah,
because they almost look like knee pads.
Yeah, no, I totally get you on that too. But see, and that's the other thing too. When people do customizations, they'll do that sometimes. You know, like they might actually get knee pads and put them on the damn figure, and boom, you hide the joints. Put some kind of armband or elbow thing on there, and you could hide the joints. That's up to you. It all depends.
I would have said hooker boots, but yeah, I could see the knee pads though.
Hooker boots could work. But I know one thing too, because like they did not make the other version. Like Damn Toys, this is the first official release of the Claire Redfield, officially licensed. I know there's another third-party company that I almost had that piece, and I had a fuck up. It's the only fuck up I had on eBay, and yeah, I was fighting these assholes. But that figure looks like shit compared to this one. This one, again, officially licensed. The likeness is incredible. The paint job is absolutely just stunning on this thing.
I like all the stitch detail, like even in the scabbard for the knife.
Yep. That's what I mean. The quality that they put out, because the Leon figure, holy shit, that piece is jaw dropping. And that's the same level of detail that they put into Claire here. And again, like I like the subtle kind of tones in the body as well. You know, you saw it with the legs as well, a little bit like the musculature is in there. It's nice. It's you know, it's normal. It's good looking. Not like your other standard kind of generic figures and bodies. So yeah, that joint might be a little bit ugly, but like the thighs look good. The muscle shading and toning, like everything is there what it needs to be. It's like if you just like you zoom up a little bit more, like those legs look realistic the way that they did it. You know what I mean? So it cuts a great silhouette. Again, the details all there. It is a beautiful looking figure. I would love to get this thing. We'll see. I think it's going to release, I think, fourth quarter, they said. But a lot of these things do get delayed, so it's probably going to be early to mid, I'd say 2023. That's my estimate.
Where are they going to do the pre-releases from? Is a lot of different companies going to get this too, or no?
I know the Leon was actually, they put it on Sideshow's website. They distributed that one. I don't know if they're going to distribute this one as well, but I know Toys Wonderland. It's an Asian company, but they're very reliable and they got a great like point system, because that's where I've gotten a majority of my figures. Those the third-party ones, the 1/6 scale ones, I usually get them from there, from Toys Wonderland. But yeah, and like look at this, like her accessories are insane as well. Just like the Leon, she comes with a fuck ton of weapons, and that's what you want in these type of figures. But like, look at the hands too, how natural these things look, you know? So like the new companies, I think they're doing a damn good job. Some of them are even using like real leather. I don't know if this one is or if this is going to be fake, but I like seeing that stuff, you know? You can see already the paint job on this thing is pretty damn immaculate. Yeah, it's the prototype, but if they could keep this quality, oh dude, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, even the eyes look extra glossy like real eyes would.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying, man. The level of detail is there. Look at all the weapons. Everything that they did, incredible. I know with the Leon I have as well. Like you could slip the bullets out.
I seen the keys at the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, Leon came with them as well. So that's cool that they did that. They did it for both of them. Much like in the games, you know, you use them all, you find them. But yeah, I got to finish playing that last part of the game, because they did it like the original one too. Like if you clear it with Leon, you unlock the version B storyline with Claire and vice versa. So you could literally clear the game 4 different times and you get the ultimate endings for everything and different scenarios, which is cool. But they did it with the remake as well, which is really, really cool. I did 3 of them. I got to do 1 more. I haven't had time though, but you know, it's been sitting for a while. Yeah, nobody has good looking knees.
Yeah. Yeah, some toy companies, they are getting lazy. And you know what? And we talk about that constantly. McFarlane is one of the ones that had been getting lazy lately. Mm-hmm. NECA too. NECA has been dropping the ball here and there. I mean, they've had a few like stellar releases, and they had some other ones. Yep. They were just god awful. Like that Karate Kid one that I had. Oh, the Johnny Lawrence and the Ghost outfit. That was so bad. All the mistakes that they made on that.
I'll tell you again, that's an older figure. That's not a newer one. That's an older one. And they re-released them again, or they just, much like, you know, you're starting to find shit that came out a while ago in your stores. It's the same kind of deal as what they did with that. But I know they don't pay as much attention to detail or care into that kind of 8-inch line that has like the real cloth. The Ultimate line is their bread and butter. So they make sure that the Ultimate line of figures, if it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if it's Predator, if it's the other movie kind of, horror characters, they make sure that those are going to be absolutely amazing. So,
I'm looking forward to busting out the Puppet Master ones, because even though they're going to be smaller because they're supposed to be puppets and they're supposed to scale up with everything else. Even though they're a little bit smaller, there still looks like there's tons of articulation in these little teeny tiny figures. Yeah. And they come with a bunch of accessories too. So I was awesome. Damn, really? I was like, yeah, it's like the King Kong one I have that NECA did. I didn't even realize how many accessories are in that thing until I started reading the back of the box. I was like, really? There's this, that, and that. I didn't see that. And it's buried behind the big Kong figure all the way in the back. And you'll never see it. Like wow. I mean, all the stuff they put in there. I'm like, I can't wait to get those ones open and do reviews on them next for the channel, because they look amazing.
The version I had, and I found one too, because like Frankie's a big Kong fan as well. He was very hard to find. I had to go to a different Target that's like a little bit further away, but I found them. He came with the plane, and he's got the the chains around his wrist that you could put on and off. Like, again, all those little details are so cool. I love them when they do that kind of shit, But yeah, the Ultimate lines, they've been doing a great job on those.
Hey, what's going on, Darius? See, Darius is popping in the house.
What's up, man? Hell yeah.
Soul Assassin, McFarlane did get lazy. His Spawn figures are barely painted. I had to repaint an entire Gunslinger figure. And I was looking at that Gunslinger figure. He looks really good. But I've noticed, just like I did on that She-Spawn that I did like a month or so ago, there was a few of them sitting on the shelf that had really good paint applications, and a couple of the other ones were just terrible. Like her whole face looked like a running mascara instead of just dark.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. Remember I told you the Princess Bride figures? I saw the Andre the Giant. And his paint job was disgusting. It looked so bad. Same thing. His eyes looked like raccoons. His 5 o'clock shadow was it was gross. It just looked like someone took shit and smeared it all over his face. But I guess this new batch of them that came out, the paint job actually looked really good on it. I was with a friend and we were in Books A Million, and we're looking at them. I said, look at this shit. And we did a comparison. We did a side by side. And we're like, holy crap. That first release was pure garbage. And the second one that they did, they fixed the paint job on them, and it looked good. So paint could make or break a figure easily. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking and why they do some of the choices that they do, but you need quality control. If you don't have that, your QC issues, it's going to ruin shit. But that's what I like about the 1/6 scale. Because of the price too, they make sure that the paint jobs, everything's are going to be so damn good, or as close to the prototype as possible. And sometimes it even surpasses the prototype. So yeah, you never know.
It was returned by Amber Heard. Time Prophet. I think that question was directed to Soul Assassin. Do you have to use special paint to paint them? And have you ever heard of Fig Lot? Soul Assassin says, look up the Amazon store called Fig Lot. They sell custom chains, capes, and accessories for all kinds of figures.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't. It's an Amazon store called Fig Lot. Didn't know that. I'll jot that down.
No, it's always good to be able to look up stuff like that. It's like when I was looking up stuff for the Transformers. Once again, Wookiee, wherever you are, drink. When I was looking up stuff for them, I was always like interested in the next company that was putting out accessory parts, especially for the old G ones, to make them look better. I mean, I know it's kind of sacrilege to change the original figure, but if you like even stupid little things like for Ironhide Ratchet, if you can actually put a head on them instead of that stupid sticker that's on the old Diaclone seat, it makes it. I don't know why Hasbro didn't like add something to the engineering instead of just re-releasing it as it was from Diaclone. But Luckily, somebody, a third party, people, or maybe somebody individually thought, hey, I got something that could improve these, and then put them out there. And there's a lot of people out there with amazing ideas that are finding ways to improve some of these figures that we love from all those years past, to give them a better updated appearance, and make them look a little bit more full, or a little bit more whole, as it were. So, kudos to those people that are doing that shit. And what's going on, Jason Lee Tucker? Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I figured I'd show this one, man. This is the figure that I really liked it, and at the same time, the head just ruined it for me, and I ended up bringing it back. Granted, I know he's probably going for big money already on eBay and all that shit, but not really like a reseller person. I figured let me give someone a chance, since he just got released. My friend who was working at the store, he literally took it out of the back for me. They didn't even put them out on the shelves yet. But so they released this Ragnarok Thor, and his name is Ragnarok. He is actually the clone from the original Civil War comic book. So this is where I guess Thor was dead, and they took his DNA, they took strands of his hair, and Tony Stark recreated Thor essentially, and it was an android with some of the god DNA in there. So that's what it was. He was pretty cool in the comic, like when he first appeared as well. And I believe he put a giant hole into one of those characters that could grow, like Giant Man or one of those fuckers. And then Hercules smashed his fucking head in with his club and destroyed this thing. Which was it was cool though. Again, it was a fun surprise. And then when they brought Thor back, it was the Michael Straczynski run. I highly recommend that. So fucking good. Thor confronts Tony Stark, and he nearly crushes him like a tin can in his hand. He's like, "What kind of friend are you? You stole my DNA. You tried to recreate me. You tried to clone me." Like he was gonna fucking kill him. Oh, it was awesome. And it shows how powerful that Thor actually is. That Michael Straczynski run was incredible. But
I tell you what, I'm looking at the body of this, and I'm liking the body.
Yeah, it was pretty killer. I'm not gonna lie. But apparently this is a re-release. So he came out, I think 2 years ago. And that if they had that version, and I'm gonna say right now too, this is what pissed me off. I would have kept the figure if they put one more head in there. If they put the regular Thor head with the blue eyes, I would have been down for that. But nope, they gave you two heads. One is the one with the fucked up face where you could see some of his robotic, cybernetic shit. And the other one is a Thor head that just has solid red eyes. Why, for the price that they charge on these things, why didn't you throw in another head that actually has the proper Thor face? Because there's so many people that missed out. It was like a 20-something anniversary, some shit like that, his release. They did a Captain America, they did Thor, and they did an Iron Man. But yeah, this is the alternate head. And it bothers me. I had it on the shelf. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, the red eyes are really pissing me off. And they plugged the helmet in incorrectly. So it looks like it's too high up, too short, and kind of coming over. And I don't like that. It bothered me. So, but again, I get picky with certain things. And again, for the price that these guys are charging, it's insane.
Do you remember the really early Marvel Legends figures that they had out? They had like Gambit, they had Thor, Wolverine. And I have that Thor, and I tell you what, out of all the Thors that I've ever seen, that was my favorite. Yeah.
Well, again, there was some cool shit that they had done, and something like this. Like, this is an accessory that you could only get with this figure. He's the only other reason I was thinking about keeping it. But I'm like, I'm not just going to, that's a lot of money. It's like, was it $33 or something? Because it was, again, bigger than your standard Marvel Legends boxes and all that shit. So to keep it just for this and to put it in another Thor figure's hands, because I have a really cool Thor from Diamond Select. And I prefer that design a lot better. I know it's slightly more modern. It's a version of this Straczynski run, just as he finished. I like the design a lot better. So, and he comes with an effect that's very similar to this anyway. So I'm like, I don't really need this. So, but I reviewed it anyway. And again, taped it back up. It looked, perfect. So there's no problem with that. But yeah.
I think
Cool.
I think that would have looked a lot better if they didn't do full hammers all the way around it. Like maybe if they would have did the other hammers like kind of like almost translucent or something.
Yeah, that could have worked too. But it spins, and when it spins, it looks really fucking good. So like you could literally put it in his hand, and the way that they pegged it, yeah, you get a full, like a wheel. It worked perfectly. So it did look pretty good. Although they should have put another hand as well. This is another thing that was stupid about it. They kind of sculpted like a meteor part of the inside of the palm so he could hold that accessory, but it kind of affects how he holds the regular hammer. And it's like, well, why don't you just put another hand in there? It's cheap. It's weird. I don't know why they do that. But the sculpt work is great. Paint job was pretty damn clean as well. Although the legs, they fucked up. He's supposed to have black on the calves, and then he has the wrappings. They didn't paint in between the wrappings. They did on the original figure, but they didn't do it with this one. So again, why would you go cheaper like that? Dickheads. But
that's because this is not supposed to be the original Thor. This is the copy.
So they're going to skip out on paint application?
No. Time Prophet was asking why he has a silver hand.
Oh, yeah. He was a clone version. If you missed it before.
And what's going on, Castaway? Good to see you, man.
I'm
doing all right. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're doing some good stuff. Fulfilled Shadow of the Kraken. So it's shipping now. If you guys are looking for a beautiful pirate book, 52 pages, beautifully painted, highest quality you're going to find. Yeah, you can find it. And
I'll tell you what, guys, I cannot recommend that book enough. I mean, I did not think that he would be able to surpass Through the Woods, because Through the Woods was like amazing. It was like one of the best books that I've gotten off the indie sphere. And it's not to say anything about anybody else's work, but that one, it amazed me all the way from end to end. And I've reread that one multiple times, but Shadow of the Kraken, rereading it, aside from Chris Fisk not doing some of the voices, I still had a fun time rereading through that thing again.
Dude,
it was just as good as the first time. So,
brother, that means a lot to me, truly. Again, I put so much love and care into that entire pirate story. And again, that's the first issue. So wait until you see what happens. I mean, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, Marvel Legends, they've gone cheap with a lot of different things, man. Yeah, I don't like when they do certain things. Some shit they do great, other things they kind of fuck up. But yeah, again, and they just re-released this guy. I mean, again, he looks good. Don't get me wrong. The sculpt is great. You get him to some pretty nice poses, but he does have some downsides for sure. They're doing pinless joints now, but they just remolded this guy entirely. They didn't do the pinless joints. You could have. Why didn't they? Nope. Paint applications, like they fucked up on the legs. You're supposed to see the black in between the wrappings. They didn't do that. Why did they skip out on doing an alternate head? Or at least if you're going to do them, why don't you do the blue eyes, the regular look? Again, people missed out on the special edition of this figure. This is the only other chance you could get them, and it's at Target. Target, their exclusives are very hard to get on top of it. So why? I have none of this makes any sense to me. Why they make the decisions that they do at these companies? Fucking idiots. But yeah, if you're a Thor fan and you missed out, this is the only other way to get this figure. I still recommend them. I do. Me personally, I'm not that huge of the classic Thor look. I know there's people out there, they're diehard, Walt Simonson fans and all that.
And I was one of those guys. I like the classic look. I mean, that's what I grew up with, so
yeah,
that was the look that I preferred.
Well, that's why there's something that's very appealing about this, and at the same time, it just pissed me off when I got it in hand. Swapping out those parts, I'm like, I think I could get past those red eyes, but I couldn't. I really couldn't. It pissed me off because I seen reviews on the other one, and like it looks way better. The paint job on the face and the legs, those two things alone, like, come on, Marvel Legends, don't be dicks. But
And it really is a shame too, because you were talking about how well that they were doing things right at first,
yeah,
and then they start doing the cheap way of doing things and doing that, just like re-releasing an old figure without making any kind of corrections to the problems that they already had existing in them.
hmm and all they did was they just added an extra accessory. That's it. That's not enough for me. Sorry, and for a lot of collectors too. Like I don't get it. Yeah, it's some stupid shit when they do stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try to find the other one, or maybe I can get photos of it, and I'll show you the one that I do have, which I think looks fucking great. Select. Yeah, there's a couple people that have it. Let me go on Google here. Did he have an alternate head? I don't remember. But yeah, the one I'm going to show you now, like this thing was freaking cool. And again, I like that the look of this guy. Like this kind of design was really cool. And he's a slightly bigger figure as well. And I like Thor to be, again, a little bit bigger in the collection. So like this guy, he scales even better, I think, with what's her face, like She-Hulk. Again, I don't think Thor should be around like the 6'2" range. I think he should be more like 6'5" to 6'7". He's supposed to be a bigger.
I believe he's about 6. It's either 6'6" or 6'7" in the comics.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So like when you have the other one I just showed you, the Marvel Legends one, his scaling's a little bit off. But I think this one was absolutely beautiful. He comes with that effect, and I think they killed it too on this one. I believe the hand was connected to it, if I remember correctly. He's somewhere in the bin. But yeah, this thing is beautiful. It's alternate head, you know, great. And that design, I prefer that design, you know. That looks a little more warrior-like and a little less colorful, cartoony. So, but that's my personal choice. And yeah, there's the box. So if you guys are looking for them, that's what it looks like. Shit, this one's going for $50. But yeah, I don't know. The comic shops sell these things too, so you can look around. But again, not knocking this one all the way. I still think this thing is pretty fucking cool. And if you love the classic, you can definitely get it. So yeah, there he is with that She-Hulk that I reviewed not too long ago. And yeah, if you stand them up, I mean, she's like slightly bigger than him, that's not cool. It's like, come on, get this shit right.
That was one of the things that would drive me crazy about some of those older Marvel figures is the scaling and how far off they would be. Like I remember the original Marvels when they started like doing the articulation, they had the Wolverine. And the Wolverine was barely smaller than Cyclops. They were almost the same size. And like, that's so ridiculous. Wolverine's like 5'3". I mean, he shouldn't be nowhere near Cyclops and is like, what was he, like 6'2" or something?
Something like that. I know the newer Wolverine figures, they are making him a little bit more in scale. Like, he is shorter than your other ones. So I get it. And that's cool that they're trying to make a little bit of corrections here and there. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know who's really coming up with these decisions in the end. Oh, this is the other cool thing about the figure. They actually sculpted it in a way where you can make it look like the hammer's pulling him like he's flying like that, and it holds. So that's cool, And they did it in a way too where it's like lifted and then kind of forward. So that is awesome. Soul Assassin, yes, I remember when they were doing this as well. I have a handful of the 12-inch figures that Hasbro did. And they are freaking cool. I have Black Panther, which is fantastic. I think that figure is really, really beautiful. I have black suited Spider-Man. That's 12 inches. I have Wolverine, and I do have that same Deadpool that you have. Although I have issues with that Deadpool. I think he's way too skinny. They just use like the Spider-Man body, and it's fucking stupid why they did that. But sorry, yeah, these are the books. Obviously, you guys have seen my stuff. You could go get it. But yeah, and the other figure I had, if you just want me to get it out of the way, this one will be quicker. We don't have to spend as much time on it. But he was still, I think, a really nice release. but a little bit too late, to be quite honest. And I just put him up the other day. So we have Quicksilver from the Age of Ultron. He came out in the Infinity Saga wave, so it's kind of like the special release ones. So this guy never had a proper release when the movies came out, so they did it in this new format. So they're calling it the Infinity Saga one. So that's where they actually had the Surtur from Ragnarok, the big fire monster I reviewed. That figure's, again, absolutely killer. They did a few of them like this. From, I guess this is the series they're calling it, the Infinity Saga. But still cool. I really like the articulation on this guy. He's a fun figure. Not gonna lie. Like right out of the gate, I put him in a running pose instead of like your standard neutral one. Very natural looking. You can get him in a nice running pose. But again, major gripe on this figure. Why didn't he come with the base? This is a McFarlane base that's here that I used. I don't understand why it's not a mandatory thing with Hasbro. It's the one thing I'll give Todd McFarlane credit on. He puts a base with every figure, some kind of stand. That's
even if sometimes those bases don't work. Remember when I did the Warhammer ones?
Well, yeah, the flight stands I fucking hate, but at least if he has them there, cool. It's better than nothing. But at the same time, yeah, they need to fix that. Make a better one, especially one that could hold up a heavier figure, because they're flimsy as shit on top of it. But yeah, this guy was pretty cool. I think they did a nice job. Biggest screw up I think is the paint job on his hair, but I don't think they knew what they were doing to begin with, because it's kind of tricky. It almost looks like they just took white out and put it on his head. Like I said in the review, I think a blind kid could have painted it better. But again, in the movie, his hair is a little bit darker underneath, and then you can see the silver on top. So I guess they just tried to recreate it. But again, the ball joint in this guy's head is so fantastic. You could have him looking up in a great way in the running pose. Everything looks great. The movement is so good on it. The hula hoop action is pretty nice for that upper diaphragm cut. So that's a good thing. Yeah, so like I said, and again, his costume wasn't anything special. It's just somebody like in workout clothes, essentially. But I did like him in Age of Ultron. It was stupid that they killed him off, because he was like one of the best parts of the movie. Yeah, Marvel, you're retarded. But I still think this was a good figure, and he kind of finished off, the collection pretty much. Can anyone spot the ball?
No, you were saying football because it looked like a football pose.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, I think the hands could have been better too. Why did they just have those hands? That's weird. The fists are way better, and that's how I'm displaying the figure. But good detail texturing on the pants and on the shirt for something, again, that's pretty simple for the most part. But yeah, not a bad figure. I like that he came with the Age of Ultron parts, like the bots essentially, and the silver paint's great on them. There's no articulation, but they're just broken parts, like he ran through them or started ripping them apart. So that was a cool addition. And like I said, he looks good. You can put him in very nice poses, and it works. So, pretty nice. I'll skip ahead because I do have him with Scarlet Witch. To my knowledge, they never made the version of Scarlet Witch from Age of Ultron. The one that I built a custom of, the 1/6 scale one. They never did her in that original outfit, just with like the black skirt with the red jacket, which I think would have been way better. Would have been just freaking killer, but I don't think they have the balls to make that figure. So, but yeah, this one still works. I like that design. It was from the TV series, I think.
I would have liked to have seen if they would have did him in his traditional outfit.
Yeah, but how close do you think they could have done, or done an MCU version that was kind of close to it? I don't know. He's a tricky character because his original costume would not work on film.
No, I'm sure they could have did a variation of it and made it work.
Yeah.
I think they could have, but
awesome one. I did not do a toy campaign because they are way too costly to do, and I don't think I have a following that's big enough. That's the short answer. It's very, very expensive to make figures. You know, I know there's a few people doing like little castings or, you know, kind of like one-off things and just making a handful of them. But yeah, no, there's a lot more that goes into this stuff. So that's why I have not done it myself.
and
So
that's one of
eventually-
those things you can't afford to like sink tons of money in that and then not be able to recoup it.
Exactly. We're having a hard enough time with the comics since there's so much infighting and the people at the top are actually scumbags behind the scenes and they're trying
No,
to hurt.
and even without that, then you have the post offices throwing monkey wrenches into the works.
Yeah, to do these crowdfunders, it's become very, very difficult. There's a lot that's against us. There's more against us than that are for us, which is the sad fact of it. You know, real talk for a minute, but yeah, that's what it is. So, and I know a lot of people like they worship the big names or whatever, but the big names have also shown that they're actual doxers and they've hurt fucking people, and people still fans seem to ignore it or they don't know. So, again, we've seen one or two of them get exposed, but the people who expose them aren't really that trustworthy or they fought with people in the past. So there's a lot of shit that's out there, and that's what's fucked up. But for the most part, that's why I ignore the drama and the bullshit, and I just get the work done. I get the work done and get the product out there. So hopefully things will keep building in a good way. But yeah, like Tommy says all the time, you know, we're not bending over to anybody. We're not taking any shit from anyone. Sorry, I don't kiss ass in order to make sales. I put out quality work. You know, there's enough grifters, scam artists, and art thieves out there. And I think that's what hurts everything that we're building and what we're doing. And instead of helping one another, they ghost people as well.
Yeah, Soul Assassin, he has.
Yeah. On City of Venus, I have 2 art books on that campaign. The Art of Vinnie Tortomella, Volume 1 and Volume 2. They are 52 pages each, and yeah, you could find them on the campaign. In fact, they're in all the descriptions. So if you go down to the descriptions on the videos, go to City of Venus, and right here, the featured tier is the only way to get Volume 2 is with City of Venus, but you could do an add-on and get Volume 1 as well. So you'll have like 104 pages of beautiful artwork.
And you were also talking about re-releasing your first art book. The older one.
Like the ash can, the sketches and stuff, the convention sketches.
Right.
I'm thinking about doing a bigger version of that, and you know, more of a standard comic book size. If I do something like that and put in even more drawings, detailed drawings, I have some before and after stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. I might run a campaign on that if you guys want to see even more of my artwork and things of that nature. But yeah, again, I'm on campaign number 6. 6 campaigns fulfilled. A lot of people can't say that, especially not in the short time frame that I've gotten them out in. So yeah, this is still available, and so are the books. So jump on it. You want to see more stuff that I do, and some of the artwork too on the campaign, or I'm sorry, in the art books, it's stuff like this. It's all random things of characters that you know and love, ones I couldn't really show on here, but yeah, you'll have your Marvel, DC, and stuff like that in there. But yeah, these are the 2 books here. So there you go.
Time Prophet says, is it difficult 3D modeling characters? I've done a few, but I need more practice.
I don't have the program to do that. I literally, all the characters I've designed and the stuff I did for McFarlane, they were hand drawings, turnaround, stuff like that. And yeah, it was cool and interesting to see where things have gone and how things have changed. I have worked with other sculptors, like I've done designs for them that they turned into 3D models and things like that. But yeah, myself personally, I have not done anything in 3D programs. I don't have any 3D programs yet. I'd like to, But yeah, eventually in time.
Hey, what's going on? Judas Goat Barbecue. Our postal service here in Dallas is crap. They don't give a crap. Yeah, most of the postal services don't give a rat's ass anymore.
No, it's crazy.
It's absolute trash. I know we're getting ready to close out the show soon, but I want to show you a couple things.
Yep.
So, let me see. Get my camera going. Have you seen this guy?
I don't think so. Is this? Oh, Mezco. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they do some pretty cool ones.
It's got that base, the Sentinel base that actually has got light up eyes.
Oh, nice.
And this is a cloth designed outfit on him.
That's
I was checking
awesome.
it out, and he's supposed to have. I think it said he has retractable claws.
Holy shit, dude, that's awesome. No, I haven't.
It's got a slash FX and a whole bunch of stuff. It carries a heavy price tag of $155 though.
Holy shit.
So,
yeah, but I know Mezco. They do a lot of good ones, but yeah, that's it, right? It's that expensive side of things.
but I want to also show this. This is what you call failing upwards.
Oh no.
Yeah. The last one I want to show you. This is actually a show I've been talking about for a while. They heard that that they're going to be rebooting the show. They're going to be rebooting the line. Well, they already actually rebooted the line. The show is supposed to be coming soon. Silverhawks.
Okay. Oh, they are going to do a new show.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Shit. That's my childhood right there.
Yeah, I seen it. This is right? One of the. Yeah. This is one of the reasons that I wound up getting stuff from Entertainment Earth and then getting the little magazine that they send out to show you what's upcoming, because of shit like that. They're showing you some of this stuff that's coming out you're not going to see anywhere else. So.
Yeah, no, it's true. See, Super 7. Those figures are all like they start at $50, and you normally can't find them. If you don't pre-order them, they sell it right away, and then you're looking at like $60 to $100 on eBay or something if you want, certain characters and whatnot. Because I would have gotten more of the Thundercats. I have like one freaking Thundercat. I have a Panthro. Beautiful figure, but like I would love to get the whole collection, but I can't. They're way too expensive, and some of them are way too hard to find. So that's the one thing that kind of sucks about that.
Yeah, man. But even with that, there's still been a slew of amazing things going on. Mm-hmm. I got one more thing to show. Actually, I almost forgot about this. So as we're winding this one down, guys, remember Vinnie's book has fulfilled. So if you haven't jumped on Shadow the Kraken, be sure to do so. The link is down in the description below. Don't forget about our buddy Red Gaze. Don't forget about signing up for Nerium for Bonds too. And don't forget about Infinitale Chronicles and Chris Fisk. Amazing work. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be coming out with this next one. I mean, this guy is going above and beyond to try to take independent created comics to the next level. I mean, he's already rubbed off on Vinnie as far as the little standees go, because that is just an amazing packing to have in with their book. So
truly, man, it's freaking, it is epic. Chris is amazing.
I can't wait to see what he's going to do with that one that's going to be like an amoeba. That should be amazing.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm waiting for those.
Oh, thank you, Lasso. Lasso's putting the links out there like always. You were awesome. Thank
you so much.
And I know Time Prophet had to head to bed. I hope you had a good one, Time Prophet. Thanks for hanging out. And guys, our last little piece here, our piece de resistance before we start heading out for the night is going to be a toy break, because Tommy actually was on top of things and got shit done for a change. So here we go.
And we got Jumper here, who's made a mess on the display board. Oh, Jumper, for shame. But one of the things I want to talk about today for this toy break is the 2021 action micro figures. So we've got Optimus Prime and we got He-Man. I've actually picked up a few of these things. These things are really cool. I like them. They're so teeny tiny. I mean, they're like barely an inch and a half tall, if they are even that much. They're not really posable or anything like that, but they just come with this little display case that pops up so you can kind of like set them inside this box. And that's about it. They're just nice little display pieces to have. Anyway, this was your toy break for the day.
It's been a hot minute since I got a toy
Yeah.
break out. Yay!
Those are awesome, man. Those micro ones are freaking sweet.
They're really cool. You know, I really wish I would have picked up the Battle Cat one. Like I have the He-Man, I got Tila. I couldn't find the Skeletor one. I know that they have one out there. And they had Battle Cat. And then as far as the Transformers, they had Optimus Prime. I think they had Bumblebee, Starscream, and there was one other one. I forget what it was. The only ones I managed to nab were the Starscream and the Optimus Prime.
Wow, dude. Yeah, no, they look great, man. What
Yeah,
are they going for?
Toys.
Yeah,
Actually,
no.
they're going for like six or seven. Believe it or not.
Okay, wow.
It's like everything. Everything is going up so much in price anymore. It's just ridiculous. At least the little display pieces, they are solid plastic. It's not like they're just cheap cardboard or anything like that. And they did do some design work on the back of it. Like they have the original G1 artwork on the back that you've been seeing on the back of the boxes. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And they got the original, what would be inside the little booklets where it had the panel where you'd see all the figures that were in that lineup. They do have that on the back for the Masters of the Universe one. So
Nice. That's cool.
what's up, Scrambles? We're just getting ready to close out. What up, y'all? Good to see you.
What up?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lasso. Oh, God. How did I forget about Doc?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we both
And
had his book.
And he said the new book was up, but he said it was too big to go into hardcover. So it's only, soft cover.
Yeah, the Blood Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got to get that too, because I remember like some time ago he was reading excerpts from it. Now I used to stop by and listen, so I was like, "Damn, that's a really cool story that he made."
Yeah, I caught one or two of those as well. Dude, he's so talented, man. What a great writer.
Yeah, Doc is awesome. Guys, make sure to stop by his channel. He's got a channel too where he talks about all his books, man. Yeah, his micros are cool. The only thing I'm upset with some of his micros is that they did screw up on some of the paint applications. Like on Starscream, his face isn't black; it's gray. With some of the other gray that's in the body, and that bugs me a little bit. I mean, the figure itself looks cool, but it's little tiny things like that just kind of drive you nuts.
For sure.
But guys, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate every single last one of you. You all have been amazing. Without you, this show isn't quite as much fun. And guys, be sure to check out independent creators, the guys that are giving you exactly what you want when the mainstream is refusing to do it because they suck ass. Guinea pigs are going to get you eventually. You can run, but you can't hide. Vinnie, any last words before we go ahead and run up out of here?
Yeah, tune in tomorrow for our Friday Underground stream. We'll have a good time over there. I'll say another big thank you to everybody who's been helping to they helped shut down the fraudulent campaign, and everyone who's been supporting the actual campaign. Thank you so much. And we're gonna have more fun. Remember, Fridays and Sundays. That's where you can catch me on my channel. We're gonna continue having a blast. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Awesome. Remember, guys, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say and what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. and we will nibble you next time. Remember, the show is ending. You can go wherever you want, but you can't stay here. Later, y'all.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now